Thomas, I know Jessica's in the room. What you're the guru. What do you think is a B minus or a C for an agent? How many calls? How many texts? Is there a nice formula that you're comfortable with, or no?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not looking for activity as much as I am engagement, but you have to do certain amount of activities in order to generate that engagement. Yes. Oh man, here he comes, Mr. Engagement himself, Johnny Neutron.
Well, yeah, I got an opinion on this.
Oh, you're kidding?
So, yeah, no, I just got to the gym. So, here's what it is: the number of texts should be greater than or equal to the number of calls plus the number of emails. So, let's put it in the mathematical ways here. Just 100 text is greater than 25 phone calls plus 25 emails. Texting is the number one form of communication, and that should be the heavily weighted form of communication from your store. Does that help?
I couldn't agree more. That's where I'm at on this as well. I probably make about 80 phone calls a day, and I maybe connect with 30 of them on the phone call. But it's because I started the engagement through email or through text. And with all of the technology that you have today, that's blocking your calls, blocking your texting, throwing you into the spam portion of text, you really have to be careful on how you're trying to get that engagement because you can't set an appointment if it's not engaged. So that's what I focus on as well is engagement. And my best engagement is through text message. So I've found it's sometimes depending on the lead source pointless to even make the call without connecting and building rapport through text and getting that permissible phone call.
When you say 80 calls, how many conversations out of the 80?
I would say that I would average about 30, like 30 conversations out of 80 calls. But like I said, I'm very strategic about the call. Like I'm not just calling to kill a task. I'm not calling because I didn't call so and so for 2 days. I'm calling because I have something to have a conversation about because we've engaged some other way and I'm now moving towards landing that appointment.
Gary, you should be
30,
somewhere.
30 out of 80 is a great number.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you should be somewhere between 30 and 40% connection rate.
But it's because I've engaged them some other way. Like that wasn't always the case. Like obviously I couldn't dial 80 and talk to 30 previously because I have to constantly look at what's changing. Like how is that client engaging? How are clients in the market engaging? Like what technology out that's blocking me? Like why aren't they getting my videos? Why aren't they opening my emails? Like why aren't they answering the phone? And finding routes like, the phone assistant. I found like a workaround with the phone assistant. I found that if I say my name and tell them why I'm calling, I'm not even making it to voicemail. So I had to mute the mute button when it asked me that and at least make it to the voicemail so they at least get some type of, voice of mine. And then I have to, find another move. If I look at that lead and see that it has engaged a certain way, I have to find another way to engage, that client.
Jessica, what's your voicemail? What's the message?
Hey, it's Jessica over at Stroh Snyder Chevrolet. Car Guru's notified auto-populated is the correct vehicle that you're currently researching. And then I put my cell phone number and tell them I'm going to shoot them a text and email as well and to make sure to check their spam.
Boom.
Perfect. Thank you.
Shakalaka. That's what I was going to say. Wow.
Jess, did you train with Elise? That sounds very classic Elise.
Hey Tommy, can I ask Jimmy Neutron a question real quick?
Sure.
So Jimmy, question for you real quick. I know you're pumping that iron, baby. I love it. When I first was introduced to DC many decades ago, it was Jonathan Dawson say, "Hey, come on, check out this booth, man. Come on, you got to do it." And that's when I met Dry Centric. Like I said, decades ago, and and the word engagement started right there. Engagement, engagement, engagement. And I remember when I first signed up with Drive Centric, that's what we were talking about. I came back to my owners at the time and I was like, we got to engage with our guests. We don't need to make more calls. We need to engage, which to this day, I agree 1,000,000%. So everybody is on point with what you just said. So my question to you, Jimmy, is Steve O, the man, the legend. What does Drycentric do different that uh, you believe that helps you engage with guests better than other CRMs out there?
I mean, the tools are just a lot easier to use. Most of the time, like I know you're on Vin now, but texting was not really created with those tools when they were started 25 years ago. You know, Drive Centric, the new code was like, I don't know, 8 years ago. So it was just everything works within. And the other thing too, and Tom's going to test this, if dealers are using like a call review or car wars, a lot of times the salespeople, the phone number is different for texting than it is their phone call. So the way our system will work when you work with call tracking tools like that is the salesperson has like a Google number. So it's one number for calling and one number for texting. The legacy CRMs, that's not really the case. And the salespeople, what they want to do is they want to text the customer and they want that customer to call that number back to go directly to them. Right now, if you use one of those, Alex, at your store, and if you text out a VIN, call that number back and see where it goes. If it goes to the reception desk, salespeople hate that. Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh my gosh, that's one of my checklist items. When someone says, "Hey, can you review what I'm doing and take a look at my CRM?" That's like one of the first things I do.
What is it, Tommy?
So the if you text me out of Vin Solutions and I get your text, if I tap on that phone number and dial, where does the phone number go? You'd be amazed. It may not even go anywhere. It may be dead.
And therefore, Alex, they're texting on their phone because of the functionality. They're not
Yep.
using the tool.
100%. And the worst thing that could happen, it goes to a phone tree. Press one for service. Press two for sales. Look, the reason you text me and the reason I'm hitting that button, I want to talk to somebody now, right?
Yeah, and you got people, in Drive using GIFs, emojis. I mean, all the functionality you do on your phone, it feels very normal. You know, there we had a 91% usage rate on the mobile app, like I don't know, 3 4 years ago. I mean, our mobile app is pretty simple. Um, Most people don't use the other legacy mobile apps, so I don't know. I think if the tool, as we always say, the best tool is the one that's used. We prove it time and time again that our tool, and if you look at some of the data that's out there, our tool is more widely used than everybody else. I know it sounds pluggy, but it's just the facts are the facts.
It is what it is, right?
And all that stuff. But I mean, our tool has always given a 70% engagement rate at stores. So, I mean, your stores, Alex, before you went over there, I mean, you knew your engagement rate. Do you know your engagement rate right now?
Yeah, I got engaged. I don't know, 16 years ago.
I mean, that's what I mean. You have no idea. I mean, it's hard to, you can't find it.
Alex, I'm gonna put in a lead this morning so you can use me as a guinea pig.
Please do, man. I invite anyone, please, Mr. Shop, especially right now because we're going through the transition where we went from centralized BDC to at the store, which is a blessing and a curse in my mind.
We got to go through your website.
But Alex, what I would do if I was you is pull up the VIN activity report, and I used to do this all the time. Pull up the activity report and see the utilization by the entire store. And remember that formula I gave you? Texting is greater than or equal to the number of calls plus the number of emails. Validate that statement. And I will bet you in VIN, it's all phone calls and it's all emails. And you know why? Because the business rules probably haven't been changed since the dawn of time. And they're just faking phone calls and sending out templates. Guaranteed.
Steve,
What'd you say?
say that equation again for those in the back of the
The
room.
number of texts is greater than or equal to the number of calls plus the number of emails. So, in other words, for every 100 texts you send out, the combination of phone and email should be 99 or less. If you start seeing that texting is like 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 to that, that just it's gonna
Just
that's probably
validates.
what it truly is.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
validates.
Because, I mean, just think about it. If I go back and forth with you, Alex, via text, how many times do I go back and forth with you on a communication before I've earned the right for a phone call? In my world, 3 times. So, in other words, I text you, you text me, I text you, you text me, and I say, hey, can I just give you a call? And that's why you get your phone call engagement, like what Jessica is saying, probably between 20 and 30%. And it's even better when you have like a call review, Car Wars, Purple Cloud type system, because you're calling from the same number, so they're familiar with your number versus a completely different number.